Yes, still on the issue of trust to some degree, Israel's Shin intelligence agency announced today that a second breakthrough has been made in its investigation into the deadly July arson attack on a Palestinian home in Duma, in which Palestinian toddler and his parents were killed. On December 3rd, the body said a number of Israeli youths were arrested and were being investigated, quote, in the context of concrete suspicions. Last week, the agency vehemently denied allegations of torture made by lawyers representing the Jewish suspects. And I'm joined in the studio now by correspondent and analyst Mohammed Al-Qasim. Mohammed, good evening.
Good evening.
I know you have some updates for us on the Duma case.
Yes, a lot, Ayman, has been happening just in the last 24 hours. One of the suspects, news coming out now that one of the suspects tried to commit suicide. He said that he cannot take it anymore, that the intelligence services agency, the Shin is tearing him apart, and he is unable to take it anymore. So that's basically one of the news that's coming out just in the last hour or so. Also on Thursday, there were demonstrations from right-wing groups accusing the Shin and accusing the government of torturing the suspects. Now, that's coming from the demonstrators on Thursday night, as well as the attorneys representing the suspects, saying that torture is being done or imposed on these suspects. Also, the state filed another 30 days to keep these suspects in prison, and there is still a gag order. Now, I spoke with Nasser Dawabshi, the uncle for Ahmed Dawabshi, the sole survivor of the Dawabshi family, and he said that last night around, or this morning actually, real early this morning, around 1:45, 1:50, Israeli army, the Shin Bet, brought one suspect to Duma for reenactment of the crime that took place at the end of July. He said they brought the suspect in at the same exact time that the crime took place in late July, and they spent at least 3 hours in Duma reenacting the entire crime, from the writing on the walls to taking different angles, jumping and taking the path of the suspects that may have or allegedly have taken. So another phase in this very delicate, very complicated investigation so far.
Well, Mohammed, one of the things that have been said against the investigation so far is that too much is unknown. The Shin Bet is not letting on any details whatsoever. To your knowledge, why is this happening? Why is so much being kept secret?
Well, total secrecy, complete secrecy by the Shin Bet, by the police, Israeli police, and the government. On this case, they're being very careful in the amount of information giving out publicly, and also talking about the suspects themselves. They just want to take things slowly and carefully. So by the time, according to the government and according to the police and the Shin Bet, that they are sure about these suspects, they will let everybody know. They just don't want to give out information that may inflame the public on either side.
Well, Mohammed Al-Qasim, you've of course followed the story for us since the beginning. You've talked to the Dawabshi family. Thank you for bringing us this latest update.